Hey homies, my name is Eboni and I am the founder and Chief Everything Officer, aka CEO of Homegirl Astrology. Thanks so much for joining me here on this platform. It's a new calendar year and I've got some new subscribers and I've never introduced myself before, so I thought it was high time that I came through and said what's up to you all and let you get a little bit of information about me. So I'm going to be answering some questions that I've sourced just about me and the business, so you can feel a little bit more comfortable, coming through, saying what's up, getting to know me. First question is, what's in my chart? So we're not gonna show my chart in this public setting, we're just not. But what I will say is that I am very Venusian, I am very Martian, I am very Saturnian, and I am very Plutonian. A lot of Scorpio stuff in the chart. So I want to dig deep. I want to know. Let's get in there. Let's go. Very seventh house in my chart as well. A lot of stuff going on there. So I am very focused on developing relationships one-on-one with clients. I'm also interested in doing things for the public and getting things out there in a wide scale. I'm also very much a ninth house person. I love foreign travel. I love foreign languages. I'm in Porto, Portugal right now, and I'm all about higher education, astrology, spirituality. And speaking of higher education, I'm a graduate of Duke University. I double majored in psychology and African American studies. And I also have a master's degree in international commerce and policy. How did I get into practicing astrology? People ask me this all the time. Well, I was feeling very stuck in my life and career. I was an executive at a Fortune 500 company, and I felt like I was working really hard to fit this mold of somebody else that just was never going to fit me because it wasn't made for me. So I was just really depressed and stressing myself out in these particular roles, trying to achieve something that just didn't really feel aligned for me. A friend recommended an astrology book. I read the book, gobbled it up really quickly on my drive to and from work. It was an audiobook. I was driving safe. But I just felt so seen by that book and by astrology. I felt that I finally had words to express that stuckness that I was feeling. I had words to express the things that I had experienced in life, just things that I just never had the language to describe before. And I finally felt super seen and affirmed and validated by the astrology. My chart called me out completely. My chart called me out, and it was just like done in an objective way because I was just reading the words. This person never met me. I was just reading the astrology descriptions, right, of the different placements and planets and houses. And I was like, dang, that's right. That's me. But it wasn't from a place of negativity because, again, the person didn't know me, so they couldn't form a negative or positive impression of me. It was just based on the chart itself, and I was just reading what was there. I was able to see patterns that were keeping me in the stuck place that I was in. And I saw a lot of, specifically in my chart, I saw a lot of that Saturn stuff that was holding me back and was holding me in a place of fear. And I was able to see that, oh, this is Saturn doing this. This is why this is happening. So I started leaning into my chart as a way to work with it instead of against it. And it's made my life a lot more enjoyable. I'm much happier, and I'm not in that same stuck place that I was in. So because I was able to start having those experiences and those conversations with myself, I thought, somebody else might benefit from this too. Maybe my friends would appreciate it. So I started offering free readings to friends. They loved it. They felt seen, affirmed, and validated, and like they had purpose. And then I started charging people because I realized it's actually a lot of work. I can't do this for free. So I started charging money and built a business around that. Okay, next question. Why do I focus on Black folks? All right. So I've always been someone who focuses on self-awareness and my own identity. And part of that required an awareness of Black folks and our history. I already mentioned what I majored in. And astrology in and of itself is not inherently racial. When you look at a chart, You might see someone's physical features, but you won't see what race they are. Like you can see they have a ruddy complexion, but that doesn't mean they're white. They could be black with a ruddy complexion. I've had a client who had a ruddy complexion with freckles, and she's a black woman, right? So the chart is not inherently racial, but I know that we as individuals go through racialized experiences. And I wanted folks to know that there's a space where they can feel comfortable in that experience, specifically that Black experience, and know that I'm gonna have some idea of where you're coming from. No, our experiences are not going to be the exact same. Black people are not a monolith, but there is something about it that brings us together. And I wanted people to know that I see them, they have a place in the astrological community, and that they belong. Period. I will add that I do read for people who are not Black. I've had clients who are people of other colors, people who are Pakistani, people who are Indian, white people, white women. Haven't had any white male clients yet, but I'm open to it. But as again, astrology in and of itself is not a racial thing, so I'm still going to read the chart as I would read for anyone. Now, what type of astrology do I practice? I'm a neoclassical astrologer. I've studied William Lilly, Guido Bonatti, Jean-Baptiste Morin, other folks from the Renaissance way back when, even before then. And I continue to study at the Oracular School of Astrology. My mentor and teacher is Michael A. Bryan, and he's just absolutely phenomenal and dynamic. So I've learned all these traditional methods and significations, but I still use Chiron. I still use the outer planets. I still use the midpoints and other modernish concepts. Michael himself is also a Uranian astrologer as well. He's neoclassical, so I've learned in that vein. The astrology that I practice is concrete. So I speak to events that would have happened in your life. So you'll be able to recognize the things that I'm talking about when I speak to you. If I say, yeah, it looks like your mother may have had a substance abuse problem. Okay, you'll be like, yeah, she did. Actually, how'd you know that? Because it's in the chart. You know, but I don't just practice like meme astrology. It can get very specific. Meme astrology is fun. I love memes. I share them myself. There's so much more to astrology than that. Astrology changed my life. So feel free to reach out. If you're looking for a reading, I'm here. If you have questions, let me know. Love to answer them. Ciao.